Do you have Lyme disease or think you might have chronic Lyme disease? If you answered yes to either of these two questions, this might be the most important video you ever watch. Although I had experienced various degrees of chronic illness over the past 30 years, I had no idea what it was. After a few conversations with my chiropractor and physical therapist, they both thought maybe a Lyme disease. So I had finally convinced my primary care physician to get me tested for Lyme disease. And, both times the test came back negative. So I kind of just bought into that I didn't have Lyme disease. Finally, I was convinced that maybe I was as crazy as the doctor led me on to believe. So I bought into this diagnosis that it was in my head. But a few years later, they gave me a neurological diagnosis. That was horrible at best, but for some weird reason, I just felt a little bit of relief that they had finally put a name to all this sickness that I've been experiencing. But, the symptoms just didn't add up. So I decided one day to start looking back into Lyme disease and doing some research. And I came across a 50 symptoms chart. And I was shocked to see that I've been suffering from about 40 of those 50 symptoms. And, I wonder why my doctor hadn't caught that. And what was the deal? Well, here's the problem. With Lyme disease, the tests are not very accurate. They're 40% accurate at best. And that's if you catch the infection within the first 40 days. The effectiveness of the test dramatically decreases, as time goes on. So the blood tests are not helpful to people like us who've maybe had Lyme for a month or years or decades. So, another problem with the tests or with this disease is that it can mimic so many other chronic diseases. So it's really hard to detect. For Lyme, only half the people ever even see a bullseye rash. And there's a good reason for that, because it can be spread quite a few different ways. For now, I want you to know that I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Whether, our stories may not be the same, but, when you're dealing with chronic pain or brain fog or migraines or migratory pain or just chronic infections, it's a horrible, horrible thing to deal with. For me, I felt like I was being eaten alive. I went from being a successful business owner of about 25 years to being the most unreliable person I knew. My wife thought, or she always compared it to living with a 90-year-old dementia patient. She could hardly even effectively care for me because she never knew what to expect. As far as my 3 kids, they never had a dad. They never had a dad that could go outside, throw a ball with them, or run around with them. In fact, when they would maybe come give me a hug or be around me, if they touch me, which they're afraid to touch me, because I would scream out in pain, because I was always so inflamed. It was like my family is having to walk around on eggshells, just living in the same house with me. but here I am now. I am not sick. I am not in pain. And you can also do this. My hours, days, weeks, and years of research, I finally created the BAHS program, which helps people with chronic Lyme. I use some advanced technology that's used all over the world, and some other express technologies that are available to all of us. And I want to share these technologies with you. I'm determined to not let my go in vain. I didn't go through it for nothing. I feel good, and I want you to feel good too. Don't go out without a fight. I am here to help you fight. I'm here to help you reclaim your health and feel better than you did before you were even sick. So, here's what I want you to do. Please click on the button on the screen and schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me. I can run you through what our program looks like and help you regain your health. How about getting your family back? But more, I want you to get you back. Give me a call. You can do this. I'm here to help.